Hello, we are officially live. Welcome. How are you all doing? It feels like it's been forever. I feel like I always say this, but it truly has been forever since we've done a live stream here on YouTube. So I just felt so guided to come on here and to just have a very real conversation and connection to hear where you guys are at, what you've been experiencing, what's been coming up for you, and to also share some guidance from Archangel Uriel. And he has been so present. I was just saying this inside of the Angels Guild like literally an hour ago or a little more than that. But I was just in there and I was talking about, oh my gosh, Archangel Uriel has been so present. I feel like he's been coming through quite often. And I also feel like, just in terms of what's been going on and how things have been unfolding and the energies that we've been navigating, it's been very necessary and welcome to have his presence with us. And so when I was thinking about my Friday YouTube video, it was like, no, we're not doing a pre-recorded thing. We are going to do a live stream and just connect and talk and share the live transmission of what is coming through, especially during this time. So we are recording live on September 19th. And even if you're watching this on the replay and it's maybe days later, weeks later, it's all good. It's really a moment for us to be able to come together and connect and talk about what this energy represents, because I feel like the energy right now is so potent and is so strong and also so chaotic, and also just like there's so many layers to the energy right now. We are in eclipse season. The solar eclipse is coming up in just a couple of days. It's the equinox, like there's so much that is happening. We're also in a 9 month where there's a lot of shifts and changes that are happening, a change of seasons that's happening. There is so much that's going on. I feel like September is just like loaded. It is loaded with so much. And so it really feels like a moment, like as soon as I tune in right now and as I'm speaking, you might feel this too if you're tuning in or just kind of like sensing the energy, receiving this transmission. But Archangel Uriel comes in and it feels like he's coming in and bringing in this like steady energy. I feel like he's coming in and bringing in this energy of light, this golden energy that's coming down and really helping us to feel a level of stability and steadiness despite the changes, despite the energy that we've been feeling, despite all of it. Like it feels like he's like, remember, come back to this steady energy, and he's bringing that to you right now. So that's the first thing that I feel that's coming through. Like he's kicking this off for us of like, I am here and I'm bringing in this steady energy, this steady flow, this steady and sturdy. So it feels like he's also bringing in strength. And so, Archangel Uriel is very much connected with that strength, with that power, with that confidence, with that trust. And so I do feel like he's also bringing us strength and courage to continue to navigate. And, I don't know about you. I'll just share my personal kind of, I guess, pattern or experience that I have when things feel like a lot and overwhelming. I can immediately sense a part of me wanting to like shut down. Like when I feel like there's a lot going on, there's a lot of things, and it feels like I'm juggling a million things or having to like address so many different, my immediate like first default reaction is that I want to shut down. I want to kind of like crawl under a blanket and, just like hide for the next 5 years. That is my instinctual response, which I think is, a normal human response to that. And I also feel Archangel Uriel coming forward and he's reminding all of us, like, regardless of whether you resonate with that response or not, if that's the same thing that you feel on some level or something else. But I feel like he's also bringing in this energy, this expansive energy within us. And again, the steady keeps being the keyword that I hear, the main word, the theme word, we'll call it, that's coming through. And he's saying steady and focus, and that with our steadiness and our focus, and knowing that, like, keeping ourselves within this energetic center with ourselves, that all of that, what I was just saying, like when there's a lot going on and there's chaos and and balancing all these things, that rather than it overwhelming us, it can actually help us and clear the path forward. So that's a different way of thinking it, because we often think that in order for us to have a clear path forward, that we need to not have so many things or not have so much going on or have so much mental clutter or like whatever the thing is. But what he's saying is, with the connection to steadiness and focus and that centeredness within who we are, that is what's going to actually help clear the path. And there's actually a direct, clear path through all that cuts through the noise and that directs you on your path and on your journey. Now, the other thing that I want to share, and I'm going to go to the comments and say hello to everyone and see what you guys are saying. But the other thing that I want to share right now is that I do also feel like we are moving through a time, like this eclipse energy, everything that's been coming up. I also feel like we're very much being directed and focused to step into whatever that next thing is for us that we've been afraid to step into, that we've been avoiding, and that we've been self-sabotaging, that we've been procrastinating on, that we've been, whatever, insert whatever word. But it just feels like he's saying now is the time, that this is a huge time for a lot of healers, a lot of light workers, a lot of people who are on this spiritual awakening journey, even if you don't quite know yet what the thing is for you or where this is all leading you. I do feel like this is a power. There's a wave that's coming. There's a huge wave of these awakened souls who are coming forward. And what we need as these awakened souls who are coming forward, we're stepping into what that next level is. We're stepping into who we've come here to be, that it's important for us to not get lost and distracted and like, oh, what's that person doing? What's going on over here? Da, da, da. Like, that's so easy for that to happen, or to be weighed down by the heaviness of the world. So there's a level of tuning into this energy and helping us to propel us forward. There is a huge potential for being propelled forward right now. And the key and the focus for us in order to be in that flow with that energy is to recognize where we get distracted by the noise and to bring ourselves back. It's almost like, imagine as though you're pulling your energy back from all of these places and whatever's trying to get your attention, and bring your focus inward here. I actually just recently, like yesterday, the day before, I felt this on such a physical level, because I was like eating lunch or something, and I just like quickly went on my phone and went into Instagram and just started to like scroll. Like, there was no specific purpose that I was going in there, but I immediately felt so bombarded, like this information, like all of this information coming in. And I maybe was there for like 2 minutes or something. It wasn't very long, but I remember just closing the app and be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I just was like inside of this box of so much noise. And I feel like I just extracted myself out. And it was such a weird feeling, because I felt as though physically I had entered into the space, and then I was like pulled out of it and like, whoa, like, let's come back to center. And I've noticed that that this level of sensitivity to those kinds of things has been heightened for me recently, where I'm noticing where my energy feels distracted or pulled in a million different directions, and really being guided to pull the energy back. And this is one of the things that you can do. A really simple practice that Archangel Uriel is bringing to you is that you can, when you notice yourself in this place where either you feel unfocused, you feel super distracted, super like procrastinating, or stuck in the doom scroll of Instagram or anywhere else, or anything like that, anything that has a similar vibe like that, to bring your energy back. Like, you can literally call your energy back to you. You can literally pull your energy back and say, I come back to me, and call your energy back. Come back to me. And you can use your name, like say your name and say, come back to me. You can set the intention that your soul in whatever places it might be right now, come back to me. You can visualize it. You can literally do this with your hands if that helps, where you're just like imagining that you're pulling it back to yourself. But that's what I feel is so important for us right now. Just like generally speaking, moving forward, I feel like that's such an important practice for us to do on like a daily basis, or maybe sometimes even multiple times a day. We need to do this, of like pulling our energy back to us, coming back into our center, coming back into our focus, into our truth, and then staying steady and moving forward with the courage, with the light, with the love that is supporting us, that is guiding us into what this next evolution is. And I want you to really think of this as a new like chapter that we're being guided into. I feel it as a new chapter. I've seen it in my clients. Like I see it happening, and it shows up for people in different ways, but there truly is a new chapter that is emerging. And so I want you to feel as though you are literally walking through this threshold, into this new chapter, into this new space, into this new way of being. And that's what I feel like this eclipse energy that we've been in since September 7th, I think it was, the lunar eclipse, and now coming up the solar eclipse. But this kind of like time period that we've been in, this little tunnel that we've been moving through, is really bringing us forward and emerging us out into this new chapter. So for you as an awakened soul, someone who's following the awakened path, someone who's wanting to step into their true purpose, into their soul's light, into their potential, what's important for you is to, number one, notice where your energy gets pulled in a million directions and bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Because if you're tapped into a million different things, you're going to feel the chaos. You're going to feel that the feelings of uncertainty when it comes to change and things moving like that. And that can then create a response where, like I was saying before, I just want to go in my bed under a blanket and hide for the next 5 years. So instead of that being the response that we follow, instead we want to be mindful of where our energy is. We want to be mindful of where we are, what we're consuming, what we are exposing ourselves to, where our energy is pulled away and removing focus from what actually is important, what matters. And then from there, working with Archangel Uriel, calling on him every day and asking him to support you in moving steady and moving focused in the direction of your soul's true potential. One of the things that I also feel what he's saying right now is that right now in the history of humanity is the greatest time for many souls to reach their full potential. And on the flip side of that is also the greatest time for souls to get lost, so to speak. And not to say that in like a doom kind of way, but just understanding that there is this duality, and that the more that there is this potential for us to really be in our light and to live in our truth and to live in alignment with our gifts and who we're here to be, there is an equal energetic balance of the opposite of that. There's an equal energetic balance of being lost and of destruction and of this energy where it's just like feels like we're in this downward spiral. And so what I really feel, one of the ways that we can really support ourselves in moving forward into that potential is noticing where your energy is. I literally see it as like these like cords of energy. Like think of it as energy cords, literally, that are attached to all these different places and things and people and blah, 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 and pulling it all back in. My energy is coming back to me, centered and focused, and moving steady ahead. And asking Archangel Uriel to guide you. What is the focus for me today to move forward in my steadiness, in my courage, in my focus of who I'm here to be, and allowing that to be your guiding prayer, your guiding light. And to know that if you can bring yourself into a space of observer, like I'm observing this craziness, I'm observing what's happening, I'm observing all the changes, but I'm steady and focused, that's what's going to cut through the noise. What I was saying earlier, that's what's going to help you to move directly into where you're meant to go. And it's actually going to happen much faster than you think. So this is the other thing that I'm seeing, is that there's also an accelerated path that's emerging for many of us, that anyone who chooses this path, really, there's an accelerated path that is available to you and that is emerging. But these things that I just said are going to be important for us to stay focused and dedicated to the path and not get distracted, not get swayed over here or over there or this or that or whatever, and moving us ahead. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about this. How are you guys doing? I just shared all that, and I didn't want to stop because the energy and information was just flowing. But I want to tune in here into the chat. Let me know how this lands with you. Let me know how you're feeling. Like I said, my intention for this live stream is really to be able to hang out, chat with you all, see what's coming up for you, offer anything that Archangel Uriel wants to bring through based on your messages. But that is the transmission that Archangel Uriel wanted to share today to support you. Okay, so now let me know how you're doing. Let me scroll from the top. Hello, everyone. Okay, I see you all here. I see your comments in the chat. It's so good to see all of you here. Yay, Marina, Monkey, Allison, Lilia, I'm so happy you're here. Kim, yay. Move to Soothe. I love that name. So happy you're here. Strong, chaotic, and layered. Yes. It's so crazy. So crazy. Donna, welcome. Yes, I regularly opt for blanket when overwhelmed. This is fascinating. Ground, clear, and refocus. Yes, exactly. Ground, clear, and refocus. That's like the best 3-word summary of what is needing, what needs to happen right now, what we're all being guided to focus on. Yay, Kim. I'm so grateful and appreciative of your message today. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. I'm ready for the next phase of my growth. I'm asking, getting some clarity and needing more, but I'm slow and steady because it's been working. Yes, I love that for you, Donna. And that is absolutely how the journey unfolds. It's like you get a little bit of clarity, and then based on that, you take the next steps or move a little bit forward, and then more comes in when it's needed, and then more, and that's the like snowball effect. At first it's slow, but there's a steadiness to it, like you said, slow and steady. It's that, like, and then it builds and builds and builds, and that's how you're actually creating momentum. Momentum is not created because it starts fast from the beginning. Momentum is created because it gets built over time. So I love that for you. Let me see. I did this practice yesterday without even knowing and accomplished so much and had a clear mind. What, Margaret? That's so cool. But I also got caught in the low vibes again too. Archangel Uriel, thank you for the help. I'm ready. I love that. Yeah. And it's so normal for us to get caught in the low vibes. I mean, we're human. We are not immune to this crazy world. So we have to give ourselves grace too, right? Where when we get caught up in those things, when we get too distracted or unfocused or whatever the thing is, like, it's going to happen, but at least we have the tools to bring us back. And that's the key thing. It doesn't matter if you have to use the tools 100 times in a day, but it's the fact that you use them and you come back and you come back and you come back and you come back. And that's what's going to bring that more consistent focus and that more consistent, clear mind. And so, yeah, I've been observing that for myself too, of like noticing like there's been something, and I can't quite put my finger on it quite yet. But yesterday I noticed this for myself. Really interesting. It's hard for me to even describe, but it was like almost that feeling of not being so in my humanness and kind of like sensing this, like, oh wait, I feel really connected to my higher self right now. This is amazing because I haven't felt this, it hasn't been so clear in the past in certain moments. So like to have this moment experience within like a chaotic situation where really it's just like dinner with my kids and blah blah blah, and they're like trying to play these instruments and it's like so loud. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But rather than sinking into the, oh my gosh, this is too loud, blah blah blah, I felt this like really distinct, interesting observing kind of energy. So anyways, yeah, but it takes practice, and it's not always like that, but at least we know that it's a practice and that we can keep working on it and getting better at it. And it's just about being consistent in it, you know? Okay, so let me see here. I asked Archangel Uriel to move steadily with with focus and trust that the project and my calling gets out to the world. What is my focus today? Yes, I love that. What is my focus today? And the other kind of question slash prayer that I like to ask is, how does my soul desire to express itself today? What is wanting to come through me today? And in any variation of that, like, what is my focus today? How does my soul desire to express itself today? What is wanting to come through me? But really beginning to see ourselves as vessels of light, as messengers of light, as carriers of light. Okay. Every single one of us is a divine channel, whether you see it or not, whether you realize it or not, whether you see it or believe it within yourself or not. Like, you are that bridge. Humans, we have we have a foot in both worlds. We are obviously in the physical, but we are also very much connected spiritually. And so we have, and this is what I've always shared, how, it's because that's why we're here, because the angels, they are only in the spiritual. And so, in order to have an impact in the physical world, like, they need to work through us and with us, and we need to be working with them. Like, that's why it's so powerful. And that's why this connection that every single one of you is building and working towards is so important, because it matters. Like, you are making an impact, whether you realize it or not. This isn't about having to have a reach of thousands or millions of people. This is about you in your everyday life, you within your family, with your friends, with the people around you. Like, you're making an impact simply because you are bringing, like, you're here, you're awakening, you're increasing your awareness, you're increasing your capacity to be the light. And that's important to remember about ourselves, that every single one of you is increasing the capacity to hold a light, to be the light, to show up in that light. And it's about continuously coming back to this, what we're talking about here today. Okay, I love it. Hi, Brunetta, so good to see you. Yes, please advise, is there something other than finances slowing my getting big project out to the world? I love this. And the immediate thing that I felt coming through is that this time, like this time period, I felt so much of this, like, anchoring and grounding energy happening. So it feels like, in order, like, when I sense the energy of the big project, it feels big. And so, in order for, it's almost like, think of it as if you were to build a huge structure, like some sort of huge structure, some sort of huge building. In order for that huge building to hold the capacity of all the people who are going to be in the building, for example, right? You need to have a strong foundation, and you need to have a really solid foundation, a very deep foundation, like all of those things, right? And so, similarly, when it comes to whatever creation, whatever project we're putting out into the world, if we are wanting it to have this big impact and reach the people, and you have this big vision for it, we have to allow the time for that foundation to be built, so that it can be strong, so that when it comes time for, the people to be able to walk into the building, it's ready and it's set and it can hold the capacity and it's all good. So it's a similar thing here with your project. Like, think of it as, when it reaches the people, it's the flow of energy and the expansion that's going to come from that. Right now, the foundation is being laid to support that. Like, it's like the infrastructure, you know what I mean? But think of it from an energetic perspective, like the energetic infrastructure. Because also, the other thing that I'll share is that when we are as the creators, we're bringing something to life, a project, a business, like whatever the thing is. So this is also helpful if you're an entrepreneur, or if you are wanting to step into your own thing as, let's say, a healer or a light worker or whatever. But when you are bringing through a creation, when you are running a business, it's also expanding you. So it's also your expansion, your growth that is also feeding and supporting the project. You see what I'm saying? Because you're the creator of it. So it's also the understanding that like your steadiness and your focus and it's continuing to grow. It's also like your capacity is expanding. So we have to be gentle with ourselves. Another analogy that might be helpful with that is if you think about like working out, and if you haven't in a long time or ever, then you're going to want to start off with lighter weights, because if you just go straight for like 50-pound dumbbells, that's going to be heavy and that's going to really hurt, versus you start with 10 pounds and you work your way up because your muscles are building and you're growing. So it's very similarly when we are building a project, when we're building a business, your energy is like the muscle that is you're practicing, you're putting in the reps, you're growing, you're growing, you're growing. And that is what then is going to increase your capacity to hold more. So you are in a stage right now where you're working to build your capacity. The capacity is increasing, increasing, increasing. And, you know, from an energetic perspective. So I hope those analogies help for you, you know, specifically move to soothe. But anyone else who might be in that kind of situation or kind of, you know, wondering similar things. Okay, this is a wonderful message, and we can try to remember this every day. Yes, absolutely, Kim. Hi, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. When I feel sad and grumpy and disappointed because my Wi-Fi or my iPhone doesn't work as it should and I can't watch, but I want to watch, and if I feel that someone doesn't like or care about me, yeah, I absolutely hear. I have no idea if I'm awakened or not. I'm just seeing both of your comments, Marina. And you know, and that's an important thing that you just brought forward of if you feel that someone doesn't like or care about you. And also to your question, like, I don't know if I'm awakened or not. I feel like being awakened isn't like a yes or no. I feel like it's a process. It's awakening, and we are moving through the process of awakening. And I would say that if you are in this space, like you're watching the channel, you're, you know, watching spiritual videos, you're focusing on whatever connection in whatever way. It doesn't mean like it has to be defined in any specific way, but the fact that you're here, the fact that you're tuned into this frequency, that you're listening, you are on the awakening path. Absolutely, 1,000%. And, you know, the emotional side of things, what we experience, the upsets through whatever experiences, whatever the things are, it's part of our our humanness, our human being. And so in those moments, it's also an opportunity for us to not only process those emotions and just process the feelings, which are natural energies that we all experience, but it also helps us with asking ourselves, like, well, okay, I got upset about this thing or this happened and that frustrated me or disappointed me. But in this moment right now, what am I choosing to do? Like, what do I choose for myself? Am I going to choose to stay in this energy? Do I still need some time to keep processing and feeling this? Or is there now an opportunity for me to a deeper level of empowerment, or to a deeper level of trust, to a deeper level of connection with the divine? You know what I mean? So it's like, think of it as also opportunities. Like, in this moment, I'm feeling this way and I'm going to give myself space to process it, but also, what is the opportunity for me here, for my growth, for my healing, for my connection to love and joy and things like that. Okay, let me see. I recently got your Archangel Oracle cards, and it's been an incredible experience so far. And Uriel came through my first spread and has a few more times since. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yay. I love that so much. So, so much. And you're so welcome. Uriel said no communication right now. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Yeah. So, that actually, thank you for sharing that about the Oracle cards, because I have them right here. And when I read your comment, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I want to pull a card. Like, I feel like we're going to just pull a card for the collective. I'm not going to do individual card pulls, but just a card for the collective, and to just bring that forward, because I haven't done card pulls in so long. So in case you guys have not seen it, if anyone's new to the channel, this is the Archangel Oracle card deck that I created a couple years ago now. It's so crazy how time flies. But the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. There's individual cards, as you can see here. But then also like message cards like this one. This was unique. These were all paintings, by the way. Okay. The artist, Nina Catherine, she's incredible. These are all unique pieces of art that I had her create for the card deck. Specifically for the card deck, they arrived from Germany. She's in Germany. They arrived at I'm in San Diego. So like these huge paintings that she created that I then transformed into digital. Like this is pretty much like the scanned version of the art. It's absolutely amazing and so gorgeous. So yeah. So anyways, these were this project. Speaking of project, this was a labor of love, 1,000%, with the angels. But I'm so happy that you enjoy these cards. So anyways, these are on my website in case you are curious about these. But I'm going to set an intention right now to receive whatever message is for our highest good, whatever we need to know, whatever message the angels have for us to continue on with this energy, the solar eclipse, the equinox, what we're stepping into, all of the things. Okay. Let's see what okay. So I personally, I'll also just quickly share in case you haven't seen me do this. The way that I like to pull cards is I just shuffle until a card falls out. So a card did fall out. I don't know what it is yet. It's upside down. But some people like to just shuffle for a little bit and then just pull out of the deck. And in the guidebook, I share different ways that you can do this. Like there's different suggested card spreads. Let me find that. There's like a little like intro part at the beginning. And then of course, card meanings. Where's the spreads? There we go. There's different suggested card spreads. There's meanings. So you know what each card means. So anyways, it's amazing. Okay, let's see what the card is. Oh, I love this. Believe in yourself. You have beautiful gifts to share. Oh, I love it. Number 32. Okay, let's see what it says. You have beautiful gifts to share. I love this because I really feel like this energy that we are moving into is to be more of your authentic self, to step into more of your truth and of your light. Like this is the new chapter that I'm talking about. We're moving into that. Okay, so here's what the guidebook looks like. Believe in yourself, and there's all this information. But this is from Angel Celeste, and it says, this card is a message to believe in yourself and who you are, for you are a divine spiritual being. Your existence here on earth is important and so incredibly powerful. Also, by the way, I just noticed this, but this is on page 111. Isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh, I've been seeing one like all day long. This is actually insane, but so good. Let me just see. Let me just quickly scan here and see what stands out to me. So, okay, her message to you is to know that your soul was created with unique gifts that were meant to be shared. Despite your human experiences that may have left you feeling unworthy or not good enough, your gifts still remain beautiful and special. Angel Celeste is inviting you into a deeper connection with yourself so that you can truly see the magic that you hold. As you recognize and acknowledge this, the world will start to see it too. I love it. And then journaling prompt, what part of me is ready to be seen? Trust that this is the next aligned action for you and that you are divinely loved and supported every step of the way. I love this. This is so beautiful. I love it. I think this is a beautiful, like upcoming, like eclipse, stepping into the new, like I said, new chapter, all of that, believing in ourselves and that we have beautiful gifts to share. So I'm so excited. I love it so much. Let's see. I love the weekly spread. I do it every Thursday. Oh, I love that. You're welcome. This is a perfect message. This totally resonates. I know. This is such a perfect message. It's such a complimentary thing to what we just talked about. So yeah, I love this so much. And the last thing that I did want to share too, just an FYI. So if you're wanting to deepen in your connection, deepen in your alignment, this Oracle card deck is amazing to support you with that. So like I said, it's on my website. You can go check it out. Maybe I'll actually probably just leave the link here because I'm gonna leave a couple other links as well. So that's there. And I find that this deck is really powerful. Like, for one, if you're wanting to deepen your connection with the angels, then it's a way that you can have like a daily practice with them. It's like a daily practice to know who's around you, know what message they have for you. You can set an intention, like, what do I need to know today? What do I need to know this week? You can use the card spread suggestions that I have in there. There's so many ways, and it really, the greatest feedback that I've received about this card deck is that people are like, I can really feel the energy of the angels, which is just a huge testament to Nina. Like, I didn't just randomly pick an artist. Like, I've known her for a long time. I've seen her artwork years before we even did this project together. When I saw her art, I was like, she's going to do my card deck one day. Like, I just knew from the beginning. And it was definitely that collaborative effort of her bringing through the energy through the art and also channeling the messages and bringing them through the guidebook. So anyways, that I put the link just now in the chat for the card deck in case this is something that you're wanting to deepen into and connect with. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share is that I also have a membership community called the Angels Guild. This is a space where there are basically weekly. I actually don't think there's ever a week that nothing is happening. So weekly points of connection, weekly ways in which we come together to be guided and supported on the journey. And there's a variety. So it's not just like always these live stream videos that you have to attend or whatever. It's very diversified. So meaning that there's audio. So there's some audio releases that happen a couple times a month. So it's really about you just, whenever you have a moment, plugging in, tuning in, and listening. I also have a private podcast that goes along with the Angels Guild. So if you're someone who really likes to listen on the go, I've got you covered. I've got you in that. And like, you can listen literally on any podcast platform, so that, it's annoying when, those platforms where you're listening, but you have to keep the screen on. Otherwise it shuts down. Those are so annoying. But this, you can listen to the private podcast anywhere, anytime, and be tuned into the energy. We do live activations with the angels. We do live Q&A with the angels. That's a separate video where literally every single person's question gets answered. When I do them on YouTube or on my Instagram, there's so many comments that come through. I do not have time to answer everyone, but here it's a beautiful space where you're guaranteed to receive an answer and guidance to your question. So you get monthly guidance. And also we do workshops every single month. Today, we just did a workshop with Archangel Uriel because I am right now being guided to bring to life the teachings from the book that I'm writing. So I'm literally going chapter by chapter, but it's not a teaching where it's like, this is Archangel Uriel, and this is what he does. You have my YouTube videos for that. This is where we're actually doing more of like an application. Like, I'm walking you through a process to support you with whatever. Today, we talked about taking aligned action and really becoming more empowered, especially when there's a lot of projections and shoulds, and this is what you need to do. How do you listen to your truth? How do you connect with that energy and actually take action where fear doesn't hold you back anymore? Things like that, where there's actual like real life application. So we do that every single month. So that is the Angels Guild. And so that's available for you to join if you're wanting to have something that's more like community based, something that is ongoing, something that is also guided. So it's like self-paced, but also not, self-paced in the sense that you get all the recordings, you get all the things, you can listen to it anytime you want. But it's also not self-paced in the sense that you're always constantly receiving something every single week to help direct you and focus you on what's next on your journey. And so this is like a combined of like, yes, there's like set schedule of what we're doing, but it's also very much intuitively in tune with what's going on right now collectively. So it's very much like a best of both worlds combination of that. So that's the Angels Guild. And then the last thing that I'll share, another opportunity that I don't know if I've actually shared this on YouTube specifically. So for those of you maybe hearing this for the first time, but I have one spot open right now for one-on-one coaching, and this is called Soul Expansion. And this is where we work together for 3 months, one-on-one, 90-minute sessions every single week, where it's really a deep dive, deep focus on your path, on who you're here to be, your gifts, what's next for you. This is a really great program for those of you who are in a space where you feel kind of like you're in maybe like a void or like an in between, or like, you know, that where you are right now isn't where you're supposed to be, but you haven't quite taken the leap yet into the next thing because you're still trying to figure out what the next thing is. You're like, how do I get there? And how do I discover this? And how do I actually start to build momentum in my life? It's also really great for those of you who prefer and really love that like one-on-one and you know, the full 90 minutes dedicated to whatever is coming up for you, whatever the guidance is that the angels bring through. And these are very intuitive channeled sessions where it's a combination of, you know, what's coming up for you, but also very much like, and these are the angels are coming in today, and this is what they're guiding you through today, and this is what they're bringing forward for you today. I also give you all the resources that you need, tons of activations, meditations, whatever it is. We do them in our sessions if that's what we're guided to do, but also I give you the resources that you need in your own time. So anyways, there is so much that's there. And soul expansion, of course, is not for everybody. It's for people who are in that particular place in their life where they're wanting that deeper level of support and guidance and direction, you know, and very focused in that way. Whereas the Angels Guild is also really great, and it's more so of a community vibe. It's more so like a listen at your own pace kind of a thing. So it really is just dependent on where you're at right now in your journey, what you're craving, what your soul is desiring, what you're being pulled towards. So those are the options that are there. I posted all the links in the chat, and I'll also make sure that they're in the description below this video in case you're watching me on the replay. You can go check that out, see what the options are. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to message me through the contact form on my website, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. But yeah, this is a really powerful time. And I just want you to know that you don't have to walk this journey alone, that, you know, like there's a space for you where whatever feels most aligned to you. There's resources, there's tools that are available for you, like the Archangel Oracle card deck, for you to know that that you're not alone. That if you want to deepen your connection with the angels, if you want to have a more like self-paced guided thing than the Angels Guild, if you want deep one-on-one support, very focused, very directed, then the one-on-one soul expansion program is for you. So there is something for everybody to support you through this time. And like I said, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And then, of course, there's this community, the podcast that's posted on here, the weekly Friday videos. It's all here for you. So make sure that you take advantage of the resources that are available. They are here. And you're just so supported. Like that's the last thing that I feel like the angels want you to know is that you're so supported. You are so loved. You are so divinely guided. You are on this journey. You are here for a reason. And so if you needed a sign or just an acknowledgement or validation that you're on the right path, you absolutely are. The fact that you're here and you're seeking and you're asking questions and you're wanting to learn more on this deeper spiritual level, it's all indications and signs that you're on the right path. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, let me see here what you guys are saying, and then we'll wrap it up. If there's anything else that you want to share, right now is the time to post it in the chat before we hop off. I definitely felt the energy. My first spread was so on point and heightened my connection instantly. What? That's amazing. Truly an incredible experience for me. So grateful. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So cool. So happy. No, I don't know who's around me because they don't always want to say their names when I ask. That's okay too. You won't always hear their names, but the fact that you know and sense their presence, that is beautiful. That is perfect. That is, you know, that's enough. That's enough. And then that's going to continue to grow as well, you know? So yay. Okay. Amazing. This was so much fun. I always love our live streams and connecting with you all. So thank you for tuning in, joining in. I am sending you all so much love, so many angel blessings. Have a beautiful Friday, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.